Chinese criticism of Li Ka-shing plays right into the hands of Americans. It is clear that the ones benefiting from this situation are the Americans. Yet we are once again engaging in internal strife. This time, it is not Li Ka-shing but the US-led global hegemony that is depriving China of its interests. You cannot expect too many moral sacrifices from a businessman. From his perspective, isn't his primary duty to ensure the interests of his shareholders by choosing to prioritize risk aversion? What we should truly be opposing and criticizing is the US crackdown on global businesses. Ever since Trump came to power, he has been ignoring contracts and aggressively forcing acquisitions. What company dares to not bow down to the US? Those that resist are brutally blocked or boycotted. Look at the sanctions on Huawei, the threats against TikTok, and the double standards against DeepSeek. Facing such US power, even the entire European Union is helpless, let alone a private enterprise like Li Ka-shing's. The Panama Canal is the lifeline of global shipping. In the months after Trump took office, he made his ambitions for controlling it clear. Do we really expect Li Ka-shing to single-handedly resist US pressure? The role of an entrepreneur is to be responsible to their shareholders. The protection of national strategic interests should be handled by top-level elites and a united stance from the people. When our own businesses are forced to withdraw, we should be protesting for them, not blaming Li Ka-shing. In February 2025, the state released goodwill towards entrepreneurs and supported the development of the private economy to give them a sense of security. Yet now, in the public opinion sphere, just as Jack Ma is welcomed back, Li Ka-shing is being made into a target for criticism. The enthusiasm of private enterprises can easily be dissipated in such fluctuating public opinion, ultimately damaging China's business environment. The real harm is not to America, but to ourselves. Isn't this exactly what Trump wants to see? So many people are targeting Li Ka-shing, which is undoubtedly a case of putting the cart before the horse. Whether it's because of bullying the weak, logical confusion, or just pandering to emotions, Li Ka-shing's investment choices may not meet everyone's expectations, but without prior legal notice, personal assets should be at their owner's disposal. This is the most basic and natural right under heaven. Otherwise, everyone would be in fear of their assets fleeing the country. People without property would have no resolve. Who wouldn't fear such unpredictable moods? Wall Street will surely use this argument to paint a picture of Eastern wealth being constantly subject to confiscation by the state, thus shorting the entire Hong Kong and even China. We should recognize the bigger issue here. In this case, Li Ka-shing is also being bullied by America, a vulnerable group. We should first speak out in his defense, not sit behind keyboards, engaging in our favorite pastime of internal conflict.